Hello! Oh, ouch. Yes, I need some light. Ladies, gentlemen, and of course my son Andrew. Welcome. Kalos el Tate. Sit nome Milo Poliga Elenika. And I hope very much that that means that I'm sorry I don't speak Greek. But if Basil's been really cruel to me, then I've possibly just publicly announced that I've got 3 testicles. Well, according to my recently purchased book entitled Hilariously Witty Speeches for the Father of the Bride, this is traditionally the bit where I extend a warm welcome to everybody. But I do feel very much a guest here in your beautiful country. And I think first I should turn that around a little bit and express my sincere thanks, particularly to Eleni for organisational skills in Greece, and of course Sharon, Helen's mother, for everything she's done organisationally in the UK. I'd also like to thank the rest of Basil's family, who I believe are largely called Uncle George. I'm not sure whether that includes the women or not, but and indeed all fellow countrymen. I've found your country such a wonderful, warm place to be, and not just in terms of the weather. Feel very welcome here, and thank you very much for making us all feel welcome. Also, your wonderful country has provided us with a wonderful backdrop to this very special occasion, which for some unknown reason seems to have become known as Helen and Basil's Big Fat Greek Wedding. I know Basil and Helen are thrilled to see you all, particularly those that have come from many miles away and foreign lands. They're thrilled that you've made the effort, and I know you've had to endure the hardship of a holiday in the process, but they are thrilled to see you here, so thank you all for coming. I'd like us all to extend our thoughts to those that can't be with us this evening for whatever reason, and those particularly include Nana and Grandad Sims, Nana and Grandad Carter, and of course Basil's father George. The wind is blowing my page now, and I've no idea where I am. Oh yes, okay. Nana Sims recently recalled to me a few tales of her treasured memories of time spent with Helen when she was young. She particularly remembered a time that they took Helen to an amusement park and paid for Helen to have 15 minutes in basically a cage full of thousands of plastic multicoloured balls, and whilst other kids like Big Sister Joanna were diving wildly around and leaping in the air, Helen's event was a little bit more sedate. She sat quietly in the corner playing this nice quiet little game of I wonder what will happen if I bury my brand new cardigan in all of these balls. Naturally, the cardigan was never seen again, but despite the floods of tears, Helen would not leave without at least trying to find it. In a similar vein, in her youth, Helen was a very accomplished hockey player, and at her peak, she played for the South of England ladies. And she got a gold medal, apparently. There we go. On one occasion, she was instructed to by the coach, to follow their centre forward wherever she goes. So conscientious and unfaltering in this duty was Helen that she followed her off the pitch without realising that her mark had been substituted. Yeah, that'll do. Gin will do. So, Basil, Mr. Libanos, your wife, be warned. Once Helen gets the bit between her teeth, she doesn't like to give up. I'll turn the page. It's window. I remember both my girls, aged then 4 and 3 respectively, taking part in a sponsored cycling event in the school playground. They basically had to ride around the school playground as fast as they could in order to generate money. And of course, my eldest here, Joanna,
took it quite seriously.
Took it very seriously. She says, charged around like a bull in a china shop, whilst Helen's recollections of the event would be a little bit more sedate, as she rode slowly round the playground, taking note of all of the pretty coloured bicycles and the sunshine. Oh, and the butterflies. Oh, they were lovely, weren't they, Helen? Yeah. How much did you raise, darling? I also remember how diligent Helen has always been with her studies, and even when struggling with her maths homework. At the end of the homework, she would always make sure there was time to draw a very pretty multicoloured border around the edge. Lots of colours, lots of nice patterns, and or maybe just a pink squiggly thing in the corner. But Helen, Basil, just make sure that if it's not perfect, then you make sure you appreciate all the effort that goes into the frills around the outside, okay? Helen is kind, sensitive, and has an affinity with children. During the school holidays, she ran a playgroup, and the kids loved her. Through diligence and perseverance, she's become a teacher, and the kids love her, and she loves the kids. And she is an absolutely amazing auntie to my gorgeous grandchildren, Sophia and Finley, and they love her to bits. So Basil, be warned, Helen loves kids. Lots of them. And I think she will be a very, very splendid and magnificent mum. There's even a rumour going around tonight that apparently she's made a head start. I don't... I remember too one night that Helen rang me specifically to say, "Dad, I love you." I was so touched, especially as it was 3:30 in the morning, and she followed it closely by, in floods of tears, can you come and collect me from Gatwick Airport station, please? So I did what any father would do and went along, and there she was on a crisp February night, -5 degrees, shivering away in her, looking absolutely gorgeous in a long green night evening gown. I do know what happens next, it's fine. Having lost both her coat and her friends. No comments from the uni gang, those good girls. Okay. I'm familiar with that one. Tears and mascara blobs running elegantly down her face. But, Basil, be warned, whatever mess this gorgeous little lady gets herself into, you just can't help but love her. Aww. And so, just momentarily for now, to the groom, or as he's known locally as Basilios Yergos Livanos, or quite simply by Helen as Basil! I met this handsome chap, a few years ago now, I guess, and I know he loves Helen and supports everything that she does, and I was very impressed one day when he rang me a few months ago to ask for Helen's hand in marriage. And of course unnecessary, but a good old-fashioned thing to do, and Eleni, a sign of good upbringing, I think. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. And of course we were all blown away when eventually Basil got down on one knee at the school nativity play to propose to Helen in public. What an old smoothie. What a smoothie. Basil, I'm very honoured to have you in the family, but please drop the dad thing. Just call me Slaphead like the other kids do, or take a leaf out of Sophia and Finley's book and call me Cuckoo if you like. It's fine. We're not about it.
Thank you for your wonderful kind words and everything you have to say for your daughter, your wonderful daughter, and myself, and the absolute welcome that I've experienced from all of you. And I'll get on to all of you. Sharon, Darren, Joe, Andrew, you're all around. Thank you so much for your welcome as well. I've never felt so comfortable in a family. It's just been unbelievable, really. I feel like that my family's big enough already, and it's just extended a little further. It's really great. Really appreciate that. A toast. A toast to Helen's family. And thank you all for making Helen the most wonderful, kind, thoughtful, and beautiful person that she is today. A toast to her beauty. Oh. Yamas. Right, but there's always room for improvement. This is where I come in. This is where I come in and I polish it off. Mom, Dad, Dino, Maria, Greg, I love you guys so much, and I am so happy that you've been the most influential people in my lives. In my life. Schizophrenic. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better family. Well, actually, I have asked for a better family now. The grass is always greener on the other side. Mom, thank you for your high heel boomerang approach to discipline. It's made me the person I am today. But I'm looking forward to Helen's discipline now. Now, Mom and Mum. Yes. My mother's the prettier one. No, I'm joking.
Take the microphone away from us.
Mothers, I regret to inform you that your service has come to a close. We're at the stage now where it's no longer needed. But there is a position, actually two positions, for grandmother. Now we come to Helen. My love, my life, my light. This is what she always tells me. Helen, I actually left this part blank in case you weren't looking drop dead gorgeous. You have absolutely blown any words away. You are the most gorgeous girl I could ever lay my eyes on. Honestly, you are so beautiful. And another toast to Helen's beauty. And her personality. It's okay. Right. I never believed in first love. And love at first sight, sorry. until I saw Helen. Right. And I truly did. When I first saw Helen, I fell head over heels. I knew that I loved her. This is on Valentine's Day as well. Anyway, I've told her this, and she's always asked me why and how. And I always said that I would hold that, as a secret, that the answer to that as a secret until the wedding day, and that's today. So, Helen, I'm about to tell you why I love you. Right. First of all, do you have any guesses why? Any? Right. Okay. So we have this party that Greg kindly mentioned, and the smooching and the kissing. Sorry. Okay. The joke. Anyway, so I'm at this party and it's carrying on a little bit crazy, and I decide to stupidly participate in a donut eating competition. So Helen, you are right. So I absolutely stuffed my mouth with these donuts, and my mouth is so full I can hardly breathe. I'm to the max. And at that point, now I've already spotted Helen from across the room, and unlike Greg, across the womb. And she decides at that point in time to walk over to me, and I thought, oh no, here we go, I've blown it. She's, how embarrassing. I can't say anything to her, so I try and act cool. It's not working, and she sees what I've done. She looks at the donuts and absolutely stuffs her mouth with donuts, and she absolutely annihilated me. She got more in there, and I thought, here we go, we got a winner, and I want her. And that's the moment that I truly knew that I loved her. It was unbelievable.